Josh. Josh is a podiatrist and he's come in here and we're going to evaluate both ankles. He described them as being pretty cooked. Josh, tell me the story, man.
All started when I was about 6 or 7 years old. Probably had my first serious ankle injury, just mucking around touch footy at school, and came home pretty sore. Told mum, she was like, "No, you'll be right." Sent me to cricket training. Ended up finding out that I had an avulsion fracture of my right ankle.
So that's off the fibula?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And that's happened on each side now probably 5, maybe 6 times.
Right, where you've gone over on them.
Yeah, and it's been an avulsion fracture.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's been a lot of ACFL damage.
Mm-hmm.
Probably half of them have involved CFL.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've just had chronic instability throughout childhood, teenage years, and up to now. So
right.
Yeah.
So what's the treatment been from that period of time?
Yeah, there's a lot of physio in casts and crutches quite a few times as a child, and then ended up having an ankle reconstruction, lateral ligaments on the right side in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't re-injure that ankle for 7 years after that.
Mm-hmm. So successful?
Yeah, it went really well. Had a few bone spurs and stuff taken out at the time as well, and then it eventually went over on it hard enough to redo it, and yeah, just at the point now where I'm sort of having chronic instability, rolling it on completely flat ground multiple times a week. Doesn't really hurt most of the time, but it's just so much instability there, it gets a bit frustrating and a little bit concerned about the damage I'm doing long term.
And which one is, so the right is worse than the left?
Right is worse.
Even though that was the one that was reconstructed in 2010. What sports are doing this? What are you doing?
Played rugby union for the last 18 years, which has been largely responsible for a lot of these injuries. A lot of touch footy, cricket as well.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be the main ones.
So you'll go over on your ankle even on...
Completely flat ground.
Completely flat ground,
Just
and you'll go over on it?
Yeah.
Are you bracing yourself? Are you strapping? What are you
doing? I've been wearing sort of pretty heavy duty laced and Velcro strap braces playing rugby or playing most sports for the last probably 5 or 6 years.
And they work?
They do, yeah. They stop me. It's as tight as anything. It stops me going over on them. But find it does slow me down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit annoying, but if that's the price I have to pay to be able to keep playing sport, then I'm happy to. But it'd just be nice to not have to rely on them, because I just feel like I can't play any change of direction sport without that stability.
Mm-hmm. So you're playing any sport at the moment?
Oz tag at the moment. I had a sort of a mild sprain about 3 or 4 weeks ago on the right. Found that brought on some sort of Achilles symptoms as well. And this is probably the first time where I've really questioned if I'm going to play rugby next season.
Got it. All right. Josh, if you can just mark the areas that you get most of your pain at the moment.
Yeah, when I do feel pain, probably sort of right across that sort of sinus tarsi region, mainly around there. Sometimes I'll get sort of some aching, sort of extending around sort of under the ankle as well, and just sort of radiating around that whole sort of region there.
Gotcha. We're getting any nervy type of pain?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly sort of dull ache type pain.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, if I've done a sprain, I find I'm getting some sort of like Achilles sort of nagging and stuff, sort of right just above the insertion, sort of more mid portion.
Mm-hmm.
With that.
Any deltoid pain? Deltoid pain?
I feel like I get like a weird cramping type of feeling occasionally, sort of like, and that's probably more even sort of towards the navicular, I reckon, but it's a bit more generalised in vagus, the sort of thing that it nearly feels like it's subluxed a bit, and you get a little pop and then it feels good.
Got it.
With that, and then the sort of stuff around the sort of joint over here quite often feels like a jamming type of feeling as well. I think that's because of this big sucker here.
Yeah, all right. Tell us what the MRI results mentioned. If you can remember offhand. If not, we
Yeah,
can maybe look it up.
from memory, I think there was a. Yeah, let's just read it.
Say hello.
Save me guessing. It's long. It's about 2 pages of stuff.
Gotcha. Give us a little summary.
Let's just go to the conclusion. We've got large ankle mortise and posterior subtalar joint effusions, a full thickness chondral defect in the lateral talar dome. There's a loose body in the medial gutter superior to the deltoid ligament. So that's probably what I feel there. There's another 2 osteochondral loose bodies in the joint space extending from the posterior subtalar joint. Moderate chronic scarring of the ATFL with likely impingement, and moderate chronic scarring of the AITFL in there. And then there is also those loose bodies.
You got loose bodies in your posterior facet, is that what it's saying?
I think so. Yeah, in joint space recess extending from posterior subtalar joint.
Damn. What did it mention about CFL?
Moderate scarring of ATFL and CFL.
Mm-hmm.
PTFL intact.
Alright.
That's just on the right.
And it was sort of similar on the left, right?
Yeah, more or less. There's an accessory anterolateral facet to the talus with evidence of an intraosseous cystic formation in the calcaneal fossa. Moderate subacute chronic scarring of the ATFL and the origin of the CFL. And fairly generalised subtalar, 3rd to 5th tarsometatarsal and ankle mortise joint effusions.
Alright, Josh, let's like normal. Let's map out your ankle, huh?
Mm-hmm.
See what's going on. What's the best place to